Hello and welcome. Chris from Missouri here, bringing you another video about vintage baseball cards. In this video, I'm going to show you some cards, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. Show you some stuff that's different for me to do, but also kind of wrapping up the year. I'm going to try to do another video, maybe a year in review video. But I kind of want to show you I want to show you and tell you what I'm thinking about my collection going farther. Um, I believe I'm going to try to commit to setting up at more shows this next year. I'm 56 years old and want to enjoy things just a little bit, and kind of the situation I am with my family and work. I think I can take off maybe a little bit more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to enjoy this hobby a little bit with my wife. She doesn't really care about baseball cards or anything, but what she likes to do is she likes to hike and walk and climb and get outdoors and she's 54 going on 30. And so what she's going to do is she's going to take Fridays off of her work. She's able to do that as well, and I'm going to move. I had been taking Wednesdays off, but I'm going to move that to Fridays. And what I'm going to try to do is set up at a show every month, and I'm going to increase my collection via setting up. I'm going to sell cards and buy cards, and we're going to try to travel to places to set up so she can hike and so she can get outdoors and do some stuff. And we're going to see how that goes. She'll probably get tired of me after the first show, and then do something else. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be buying some cards to sell. I know that that's kind of sacrilegious with some collectors, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to increase my card collection and pick up some cards that I want. I'm gonna try to run into some cards, and I've been lucky this past year of running into some cards that fit really good in my collection. And so I've reached out to a couple guys that hunt cards to try to sell them to guys that go to shows, and we're going to see how that works out. But my last video I talked to you about going to a card show in St. Louis, the Machinist Hall show. And when I was there, I ran into a guy that I've only met him a few times, but he's becoming a friend of mine. His name's Steve, and he's a salesman and of stuff that goes overseas. He's actually a shoe salesman, but it's different kind of shoe salesman. It's high end and travels, and it sounds to me like he's an industrialist kind of guy. But anyway, he has made a card holder, the way to store your cards, and I'd like to show you about that sometime. I'm going to get one from him. Uh, I'm going to pick up one and then maybe show it to you. And then I also ran into a guy that watches a channel named Jeremy, and I want to give him a shout out. But when I came home from that show, I went through another box. I only have two boxes left, but I ran into some cards that of my own. Everybody talks about some kind of attic find or something. Isn't it kind of silly when you find some cards that you own that you forgot that you had? And it was just the luck of the draw that I came to this box last. So bear with me. I'm going to show you some cards. Now, what I'm going to show you, I usually show you graded cards, but I'm going to show you these cards. I'm growing as an adult, not just size wise, but trying new things like doing a video. I have sent off my first SGC submission by myself. I used to I was sending it off through Billy Ballgame, and we live close enough, and it's fun. And I'll still send some stuff over to SGC and have Billy do it. But maybe some of these big submissions that I'm going to do by myself. But I sent off 25 cards, and I'll keep you up to date on that. But I'm going to show you some of these raw cards that I found in the box. Now, I found 200. I'm not even. I don't like the word raw either. They're naked to me. These cards are naked. They don't. They don't. They're not wearing anything. But I'm only going to show you just a handful of them. But this stuff here is going to be inventory for me. And with no further ado, here's some cards. So I'm only going to show you just a handful of cards. But like I say, this is going to increase my inventory. I have a few hundred graded cards that's in my inventory that I like taking to shows. Show you this Willie Mays. 72 in action Willie Mays. It's a nice card. Corners are pretty sharp. A little bit off center. Now, if these are nicer than the ones that I had, and not just graded nicer, higher grades, but if I feel like they're nicer, they're going to stay in my collection, and the others are going to be sent off or sold. 1961 Frank Robinson. I'll adjust this just a little bit. It's another good looking card. Eddie Matthews in the 61 as well. Now, I don't know why it took me so long to get to this box. It's just the way I was doing things. Now, my wife's not going to believe that I found these cards. She's going to think that I bought these cards. A 1956 Al Kaline. So some other stuff that I found. Some 64 Topps Giants. And I'm going to show you just 4 of them. Now, these 64 Giants, there's 60 in a set, I believe. And I have these cards. But they're not near as nice as these cards. Or I have a copy of this card, but it's not near as nice as these. I might send them off to be graded. I don't know who I would send them off to. This is probably the nicest of the cards. That Hank Aaron is just wonderful looking. And finally, I actually bought one of these a few years back, and I wish I wouldn't have. I would have sent this off. Now this one is probably going to stay in my collection. I'll send the other one off, or I don't know. That they have very little sentimental value to me. I don't. Just luck of the draw on that, but I like those cards. I love looking at them naked like that. I really do. And we'll do another video on why I buy graded cards and why I grade my cards. It's different than what most. The reason might be different than most. But St. Louis Card Show was incredible. Coming home, finding these cards was just more fun. If I had more time, I'd show the others, but I want to try to keep my videos a little bit less than 10 minutes. So, guys, it's around the holidays and stuff, and like I say, I'm going to try to do at least one more year-end video. And if I don't talk to you before Christmas, but I hope I do another one before Christmas. Have a Merry Christmas and a safe Christmas, and enjoy it. And remember, when you sit down at the table or around the tree, or put the phone down and just kind of take in the moments, because they're limited. Now, guys, remember, it's just a hobby. Collect what you like.